I can't tell you how great it has been to start our back to school tour in St. Louis, Missouri.
It has to be about children. If the adults will work together, stop fighting, being adversaries, we can make it happen in the city of St. Louis.
Look, I saw 3 schools today. Innovative Concept Academy at Blewett, an incredible alternative school for kids who probably would be on the streets or in jail if not for this public school. And then there was Clay Elementary, with the kind of wraparound services they have and they want to have, shows why community schools work so well for disadvantaged students and for their families. And then here at Lexington, should I be the 4th person to say how many years they have made AYP?
You guys are doing the hard work every single day. And seeing these kinds of schools improve, that's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And what it does is it proves to the country what's possible. Because so many people tell you that urban schools can't work or that poor children can't learn. And what we need to continue to prove around the country is the tremendous potential that every single one of our children has as we adults come together.
And it is fantastic that we are here in a school like Kashmir, where we are reaffirming this commitment between teachers, principals, parents, and community together. And where our union, our locals, are stepping up to say we're reaffirming that commitment. And that's what community schools are all about and what shoring up neighborhood schools are all about. It is about competing with poverty. It's about saying we know teachers can't do it all alone, so let's make sure we have the other services that kids need.
We've got great faith that we're going to see a turnaround, and what we're going to do is sit down and together come up with a plan of action to make this the best school that we have in HISD, because it's got potential.
Nice to see you.
How are you? One of the best high schools in America. Randy, how are you?
Good. How are
Good
you?
to see you.
It's great to meet you.
To be named a #1 to one of the best high schools in U.S. News and World Report, to have a 100% graduation rate, those are not things that happen by chance. They happen by choice. Not only the choice that you make, but the choices that we make together.
Sometimes we say as adults, school is important, but the condition of the building says education is not really a priority. Today, we are sending one single message. This newly renovated school has said loudly and clearly, education is important. 3, 2, 1. Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. So, welcome to your first day of class.
All the white is custodian. How you doing?
Nice to see you.
You too.
Annie Chanel, middle school science.
Nobody appreciates nearly how important it is and how much work and time and effort it takes to be great in classrooms. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the rest of the 1.4 million people we represent. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And all of a sudden, heart rate gets very fast, he has trouble breathing. Okay, what are the students going to do?
I just heard his heart.
And what we have at the community college, we're able to educate people who are economically disadvantaged, much better than the universities are able to do that.
So really, thank you for doing this work. We really, really appreciate it, and we really appreciate how you've made our union stronger.
This building uses about 20 to 50% less energy, even with air conditioning. All of these sort of sunscreen features help reduce heat gain to the building. Windows, energy efficient lighting, sophisticated what we call energy management system with features above the windows. These are called light shelves. So they help bounce the natural light back into the interior of the space when the blinds are open.
It is so different for educators. They normally get a space, they plop into it, and they try to make do. And so to have both the promise and the promise met is it just makes our day.
Please join me in giving the National AFT President Randi Weingarten a real Oregon and OSEA welcome.
It takes the school secretary. It takes the person who's the assistant in the classroom. It takes the bus driver. It takes the people who serve food in the cafeteria. It takes all of us to make sure that all children get the education they need. When someone says to me, "I'm so glad that you're here," well, it's my honor to be here. It's my honor to honor your work. And so that's part of why we're doing this 8-city tour.
Uh, 808-0810 is the telephone number. Randi Weingarten in the studio, National President of the AFT.
We're shining the light on really good practices. One of the things we've talked about in the last several months is this whole notion of collaboration, particularly in an economic downturn. You have to have the adults working together. We have a little moniker now in the AFT that's called "Do it with us, not to us," because we know when the adults collaborate on behalf of kids, then schools are better.
We have to create a way of trying to jumpstart the economy.
We have to constantly make the case that these are the tools that teachers need to teach and the tools that kids need to learn, and make that case with the community first and foremost. And there's one special person I want to thank in particular, which is Speaker Pelosi, who is such a strong and effective champion on behalf of working people and on behalf of America's labor movement.
What an honor for us to have Randi Weingarten put us on the tour. And wasn't that an inspirational speech? Thank you for your leadership, for your kind words, and for your relentlessness and dissatisfaction and persistence for America's workers. The leverage has changed. The leverage before was about liberty and justice for the top 1.5%, 2% in America. And now it is for America's working families, for the great middle class, which is the backbone of our democracy.
Welcome to Kenmore.
Great to be here.
When I come here at the end of the day, exhausted after teaching all day, I feel like I'm with my family. It's a really incredible group of people.
Having that kind of sharing and concern and caring, but also engaging people and modeling good teaching.
It's great to be in our high school again on the first day of school.
And our freshmen get name tags.
You come together as a group of professionals, and really there is no agenda other than how can we facilitate them becoming a more skilled teacher.
We put 110% effort into everything that we do with our mentees.
What I like about the AFT is we're a big tent, and so we are trying to incubate a bunch of models, but this is a really great model.
Without having a guideline to start,
put together a school. We hired our own teachers from within the school system, which was important to us, and put together a great concept and a great school.
Speaking with teachers from classrooms about their excitement and why they apply to the union school, to actually be in a place where they can have their knowledge, have an influence.
And so to take the risk to create a school with 2 teachers leading it, and to say to the school system that you are homegrown, that everybody who staffs that school the first year is coming from the Boston Teachers Union ranks. You taking that risk is a game changer.
You too. You're the leaders out there, and today I saw wonderful schools we visit today. Kids engaged, teachers engaged, second day of school. It was wonderful.
One nation, under God, indivisible.
As we're in this gem of a school this morning, Spring Garden Elementary School, people are really truly dealt with huge respect.
And the supportive staff is wonderful. I think that makes all the difference in being able to come in every day and share the joys and also the hardships.
And the teachers and the principal, they do what we preach, work with us, not to us. Even though 95% of the kids are in poverty, 20% of the kids are homeless, the school is doing extraordinarily well.
I'm always inspired when I see the kind of teaching that I saw in those schools and the kind of teaching that you do in your schools. It's really awe-inspiring, and it's also awesome that you have that responsibility. And so I just wanted to thank you all for being great teachers, for being good union activists, and when you fight for what you believe in, you help students.
In the other meetings we've had today, we've met with community leaders, we've met with clergy, and we've preached the same thing, which is you have a gem here in the teaching force, but you have to work with us. Because the one piece that we've seen throughout the country, the one critical factor, is working together, is collaboration. That's what we've learned over and over and over again on this 8-city trip. But what the schools also are the only place that kids have the opportunity to change the world for themselves and for us. There's no other way in the United States that they can do it, particularly if they're not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. And that's why part of our sacrosanct obligation is to try to figure out how to help all of them. And you do an amazing job in Philadelphia trying to do that.